What in the world is this thing? So let's see what questions we have only on Paranormal, True or False. It is free to subscribe. Please subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thank you. What is this dark blotch? We come across a corner that is unusual. And initially I thought it was maybe one of the shadows of people that are standing right there. But it's not casting the right shadow, and their shadow is up against the wall on the right. But suddenly, in this corner, we will see a dark blotch start to grow and pulse and breathe. It comes in out of that corner and then seeps back into that corner. Is this some type of a demon? A shadow person? Is it an optical illusion? It looks to me like that area has been flooded. Is this some natural event that occurs after a building has been flooded, where the water is trying to seep out of the walls? Well, he tries kicking it, and it doesn't go away. Is this some type of a video overlay where they recorded it twice, once without that blotch and then once with the blotch added in? Did they simply create something like this and just move it into the space and then slowly move it out of the space using editing tricks? It is very creepy, but I'm not convinced it's real. Did this person drown? They are moving through this tunnel very quickly with some type of watercraft, but it doesn't look like it has a motor on it because there's no wake. But we see something under the water following them. Is this somebody that has recently drowned and their craft actually caused it to come up to the surface? Is the water just moving so rapidly that it's pushing not only their boat, but perhaps someone who recently died? I'm not really convinced somebody could swim this fast, but is it just an optical illusion? It looks like a person, but maybe it's just a piece of trash, like a bag of trash being pushed. Definitely seems like dark hair and arms. I really hope this is just an optical illusion and not a dead person. I don't think it's paranormal. Is this a ghost in this theater? They hear a noise in the balcony, and when they turn their camera, it looks like they've captured a figure. Maybe two figures. Are these the living or the dead? Is it an optical illusion and something else is there? I'm not sure on this one. This one might be real. It's definitely intriguing. What do you think on this one? Please leave a comment. Let me know. What is spooking this dog? As the dog looks down this hallway, they seem to be cowering from something. What's going wrong? The dog seems very uncomfortable and doesn't want to go any further. Is there a noise outside? Is there some type of rat or mouse in the wall? And that's what's startling the dog? He obviously doesn't want to go into his crate. But what's there? Is there a wild animal outside? Maybe they should shut that door. Maybe the dog would feel safer then. Maybe that door has a weird squeak to it that is hurting the dog's ears. Or is there some type of ghost or spirit that only the dog can hear and sense and a living can't? Is this a ghost on this escalator? In the distance, we see someone going up the escalator, and we continue to see them even past this barrier. Long hair, dark hair, looks like a female. The person with the camera takes off running and heads to the escalator, where they find the escalator is empty and no one is on it. Even if the mall is closed or any building is closed, cleaning personnel will be in a building, as well as owners of the shops. So this just looks like a living person to me. I don't know why it's being passed off as paranormal. What is this creepy crawler? Hidden in this brush next to this water, we start to see something push in and out, and it looks like a human hand that pops into some type of small creature. What in the world is this? Is it the nose of an alligator or crocodile? And what popped out to look like it's like 6 inches tall? Is this just computer graphics? Is this just lights and shadows that's distorting this image? Is it just simply wildlife? I'm not sure what it is, but I don't think it's paranormal, but it is definitely weird. Is this wheelchair possessed? In the center of our screen, we will start to see a wheelchair roll towards the worker that's working at the reception desk. Who or what is moving this thing? The worker gets the courage to push the chair back up against the wall in the corner there. So we will look at it again and we'll zoom in and see if we can see anything unusual. Initially it comes forward and it hits the wall before it moves over and hits the reception desk there. It's hard to say if the brakes were on and a ghost removed the brakes. It's hard to say if the floor is not perfectly level there. This is an area where behind that glass is all those security cameras. So this is the security office. It's possible it's real, but with this being the security office, it makes me more suspicious. Is this the ghost of a cat? We will suddenly see a cat run towards the building. Well, cats have 9 lives, so that cat that just ran across the street apparently might have used up one of their lives. No, this is not a spirit of a cat, it's just a camera glitch in which the cat is too small and the camera's not very good, and it just simply did not capture the cat correctly. It drops the pixels. But they've also used some type of an editing tool that's causing this footage to glitch even more. So what I mean by glitch effect is exactly what you're seeing right now, where all these glitches start popping up across the screen. Well, that's what they've done with this footage. Is this a stalker? In the distance, we will see a dark figure walking back and forth at the edge of the tree lines. Is it demonic? Is it a shadow person? Is it someone with the intent to harm others? Is it a stalker? Are they a predator that's going to prey on this neighborhood? Well, this is one of those where the fact that I don't think it's paranormal makes it even creepier. Because yes, it could just be somebody walking in the woods, but why are they pacing in the woods? It's my issue. What are they waiting on? Who are they waiting for? I don't think I would be outside with my camera filming this. I would be probably calling the police and just asking them to check this guy out. But I would be filming from inside my house, not from outside. Is this building haunted? Suddenly the door on the left will fly open, causing the motion lights to turn on. Who or what opened that door? I don't know what they have draped on that shelf there, but when it's night vision, it's a white color. And then when the light turns on, of course, it's a dark color. Either way, it does look creepy, but that's not what we're looking for. That is just most likely a jacket that they use before they go into that freezer. And that's the type of door that was opened up, is a freezer door. It's possible that they rigged some type of a string and ran it over to those double doors and are hiding behind those double doors. I'm not sure on this one. It may be real. Is this a UFO? We will suddenly see in the sky a green light that goes from the left to the right. What is that? Is it some type of a meteor or space junk that's burning up in the Earth's atmosphere? Is it some type of a laser show? I don't think it's computer graphics or video effects, simply because we can tell that other people are seeing this thing. Is it some type of an atmospheric anomaly? So with people on the ground actually looking at it, we know that it's probably not a camera glitch. With so many employees out there in the parking lot watching this thing, is it possible that one of their friends or coworkers is actually flying a drone? And that drone has a lot of different lights on it that causes it to look like it's alien? I'm not sure what this is. My guess is a drone, but it's definitely an unknown flying object to me. It may not be a UFO, but it is to me. Is this an out-of-body experience being captured? This man will lay down on this mattress, and it looks like he's in sweatpants. But then all of a sudden, it looks like he gets up and he walks away from his own body. He's no longer wearing the sweat clothes, but looks like he's about to get into a sauna. Are we witnessing an out-of-body experience? Because there's a cut in the footage right after he lays on his back, it makes me wonder if this is one of those filmed twice things, where they filmed that part and then they filmed this part where he's walking away, and then they just merged the two footages together. So I don't think it's a camera glitch. I really do think They've filmed this scene twice. Once with him getting into the bed with his clothes on, and then once getting out of the bed with only a towel on. Just cuts in the wrong places for me. Is this a witch? On the left, we can see somebody wearing a reflective vest. In the center of our screen, we see someone walking towards them wearing all dark clothing. I don't really see how the security guards are being attacked. Just because she's walking towards them doesn't mean she's attacking them. Also, why isn't she called a widow instead of a witch? What qualifies her as a witch? A widow would also act unusual if she's deep in her grief. I don't know, this seems staged to me. Is a ghost opening up this door? This door suddenly opens on its own. Who or what opened that door? We can see it's not latched. Apparently they asked for the door to be closed and they closed it. But even when it closes, it doesn't latch. This movement just reminds me of a vacuum, where somebody is at an exterior door and sometimes will open it very quickly, which causes this door to open very quickly, and then closes it, and it closes very slowly. But please let me know in the comments if you have the ability to stay sitting down and film a door suddenly opening in your house when you're not expecting that door to open. Do you have the ability to remain calm? If you are used to this vacuum effect, then yes, you would completely and totally ignore this or just look over and be calm about it. But if this was totally as scary as this is pretending to be, why are they so calm? Why didn't they jump out of their shoes? The answer is it's a vacuum effect and they were expecting it. Is this a figure in the forest? As the camera is pointed out the window, it zooms in on what looks like a figure in period costume. Is this some historical location? Is it simply an employee that is dressed to mimic the era? Is it merely a tree stump or a rock? A gravestone or a monument? This is one of those footage really isn't good enough to tell for sure what's there. I'm not sure what we're looking at. What was captured? This paranormal investigator is looking at the footage that they caught in this room. The SLS camera is showing something crawling on the ceiling before it disappears, but then it turns into a black blob that flies out of that room. What is that? It reminds me of a bat, but why would there be a bat in this occupied house? And even this SLS kind of looks like a bat. But again, why would there be a bat in these people's house? Let's slow it down even more and see if we can track it at a slower frame rate. Well, we've tracked it, but it still doesn't make sense of what it is. Alright, so let's slow it down even more and just see what we come up with. Yeah, see, it's solid, whatever it is, but it doesn't have a distinctive shape. We are going not just frame by frame, but even slower than that to try and find this thing and figure this thing out. It's not a shadow. Could it be CG or editing effects? I don't think so. I'm not sure what it is, but it may be paranormal. What moved this purse? Suddenly, the bag that's sitting on the counter starts moving towards us, hits the floor. But there's a second angle behind the bag as it starts sliding away from the camera. This may be real, but I could see how I could recreate it using string. When we get the other camera angle, I'll show you how I could hide on the staircase there. So I could hide on that staircase and pull that string, and no one would be the wiser that I was doing that. What is this figure in the fog? The camera is pointed into this foggy field when they see a figure and zoom in. Is this a shadow person? Is this a ghost or a spirit? Or is this simply a farmer in their fields? The caption on this one says it's around 5 a.m. and they're about 10 miles from any town, which tells me that this would be more agricultural area or an area for camping, hiking, things of that nature. So I don't see anything paranormal about this. I would just chalk it up to human being. What is this ghostly figure? The security camera is positioned in a very busy hallway, and we'll see employees and perhaps customers walk in and out of this hallway. But after this guy walks by, behind him is this white Casper-like figure right where he was standing. Security checks it out, but they don't see anything. I think this is a camera glitch because it actually happens prior to this as well. Do you see in the top left how when this man approaches, the light affected on the floor was changed? So I think it's just a camera glitch. I don't think it's anything paranormal. What do you think on this one? Leave me a comment below. What is this manifesting figure? When they play the footage backwards, it looks like this figure just manifests out of nowhere. It also looks like it has 3 legs. This is an adult with a child, and we can't see the child other than the 1 leg. As far as it manifesting, that actually is a camera glitch that simply the camera's IR sensor is not strong enough to pick up anything from that distance. Are these people being watched? This footage is so dark that I can't really tell if we're on the outside looking in, but it's just odd to me that ever so often the drapes there will blow out when there's a person on the other side of them. But we're focusing on this little white dot there that suddenly disappears. And then the light goes out inside that house or that room, but the camera gets turned. I think what's covering the windows are what are called those outside blinds. So it might be a windy day and just a coincidence that the person on the inside is near that when it starts to blow out. So I think that solves that. Now this little white dot here, I don't know what that is. And then we have the light go off in the house, and then a couple of seconds later, the camera is turned. It looks like just a ball. It rolls like it's a ball. So I don't think it's a head. And it really does look like the camera's been turned. So I'm not sure what's going on in this one. I have an ethical obligation as a certified fraud examiner to not con you into believing something is real when it is obviously been faked. If you agree or disagree with my analysis, please leave a comment below. You will find links to social media platforms for this channel as well as for Jim Riley in the description below. Be safe and don't investigate alone. If you appreciate this type of analytical analysis, please subscribe. And remember, question everything. Thanks for watching Paranormal, True or False.